So, editing Amber here. I filmed this video back in October and completely forgot that I had the footage. So, I thought I would share it with you now because it is still a fun video. So, I hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Books and Beaches. So, it is quite the gloomy day outside, so I am trying to work with a little bit of artificial light. So if things seem a little bit off today, that's why. But I film with the time of day that I am given, and that's typically after school. And yeah, we're just looking at a gloomy week this week in Wisconsin, so the light is what it is. So hopefully the ring light isn't too bad. But today I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a fun idea. I was just kind of scrolling around trying to find, different ideas to film for YouTube, and I came across an article that I think came out on BuzzFeed last year. So it's a little old, but it's 25 unpopular book opinions that are as interesting as they are controversial. So I haven't looked at the list yet. I just kind of came upon the, title of the article, and I was like, well, let's see what we got. So, and now that I'm looking, hold on, I think my camera is a little crooked. That could be just me being a perfectionist, but it is what it is. That's filming. So, all right. So let's go through this article together. I'll make sure to link the article below because I think it's kind of interesting. But yeah, they have the Scooby-Doo cast on here. But I'm going to go through, I'm going to read these and let you know if I agree or not. So the very first one, the movie can be better than the book. In some cases, yes, I would agree. Now, of course, I can't think of one off the top of my head. But you get the picture of things in movies. But I suppose more often than not, I'm going to say the book is better than the movie. I mean, hello, Harry Potter. Think about all of the different things that they missed in Harry Potter. But anyways, I digress. Okay. Ooh, this is a long one. So it says, The Da Vinci Code was a great book. No, the writing wasn't good, but I've never read a book before or since that so expertly laid out a mystery. All right, so, and it goes on. Every book has flaws, but few reach the heights that this one did. I have not read the Da Vinci Code in a very long time. I want to say I read it in high school. I enjoyed it then, and I liked all of the twists and turns that it had. I would like to do a reread because, and of course I'm not going to be able to find it while I'm sitting here because it's probably buried in these mass stack of books back here, but I have the illustrated copy of the Da Vinci Code, and so I'd like to do a reread, so we'll see about that one. All right, number 3. Men should read more romance novels. They're different than what's typically expected of men to read, but there's a stupid stigma, and people can fight me if they think it's weird. Sure, and didn't they write a whole series, the Romance Book Club? Because that was the whole point. They wanted men to read more romance novels, so I don't know. I guess I can't speak on that one because I don't even read a lot of romance novels, but sure. Number 4. Physical books aren't superior to reading digitally. I agree. I love me some books. Physically, clearly, but I read on my Kindle just as much, especially when I'm traveling. And digitally, I suppose you could include audiobooks in there, and I think audiobooks are just as beneficial as physically reading, so I agree with that one. Number 5. An adaptation of a book doesn't have to be exactly the same. They're different mediums, and sometimes the author writes something, it doesn't work as live action. Can I say it depends on the scenario? Because there are so many times I'm like, no, you changed that and it wasn't a good change. And I guess that's more so when I see it. Otherwise, it's, I don't know, you're okay with it when it's good, so I'm probably not going to have some great controversies on some of these. And number 6, Harry Potter doesn't need more stories or spin-offs. I don't need to know what a Hufflepuffs do in their spare time. Okay, this one is funny because I am a Hufflepuff. I have a wand. It's actually not displayed, but I do have my Hogwarts sign. I like all the Harry Potter spin-offs. I'm pretty excited because I'm collecting like the new Mina Lima versions. I just picked up one that I'm getting for Christmas, so I don't know. I'm a Harry Potter fan, so I'm gonna disagree with that one. Oh, number 7. I hate when books bring up real world, they include a term in here, like the coronavirus and politics, etc. For me, I think it depends on the topic. I'm not a huge fan of politics in my books. I am still not quite ready to read books about the pandemic. I read books to escape, and I also did the same with TV shows. Like, I didn't want to watch a TV show that included the pandemic because I just wanted to escape that. So I could agree with that one. Let's see, books based on TV shows. Let's see, and read like an episode of the show, but with new stories, not an actual episode in book form, are completely worth relaxing with and are the best kind of vacation. Airplane read, beach read, poolside reads. I don't probably read books that are based on TV shows. I would do the opposite and watch TV shows that are based on books or movies that are based on books, but probably not books that are based on TV shows. Let's see. So this one said, I love The Catcher in the Rye. I've never read The Catcher in the Rye, and so there's a big whole long like explanation on here. I have no opinions on Catcher in the Rye, so I'm gonna skip that one. Number 10, I hate it when the book cover is changed to match the film or the show based on it. I like imagining the characters, not having the actor you choose invade my ideas of the book. I will agree. I typically like the regular book cover, and I'm laughing because, and actually I think it's out in the other room, they use the Crazy Rich Asians series as their example here, and I would agree. Like, I love that movie, do not get me wrong, but I'm not a huge fan of movie covers. Nicholas Sparks did that with a lot of his books too, and I like the originals so much better. Number 11, trying to read as many books as possible in a month, year, etc., purely to hit a number entirely misses the point of reading. That's a very profound statement. I am so bad at this because I love to see big numbers. Like, I get so excited when I've read more, but when I do slow down and think about it, I probably have more quality reading when I'm not thinking about my goal, which is typically, I think, too, why I always keep my goal at 52. I'm like, that's a book a week. I can do that. And I just get excited when I read more than that. So, but I need to do better at knowing that it's not a competition. But I'm just competitive in nature. So, number 12. You know what? This one is another one I don't know. It says, my undying love for the inheritance cycle. It must be, it looks like Aragon is one of the books. I don't know anything about that series, so I'm going to skip that one. Ooh, number 13. Sometimes the books aren't good, but the characters and the concepts are. That's my popular opinion. Unpopular opinion. Yes, I would agree with that. There are books that I have read where I either like what's going on or I like the characters, but I'm like, this story is just meh. So yeah, I would agree with that one. I think that one's, I don't think that's necessarily an unpopular opinion. I think logically that one makes sense. Number 14, The Hobbit is a better book than any of the trilogy. I have not read The Lord of the Rings or any of the related books, so I don't have an opinion on that one. Number 15, I really like The Fault in Our Stars. It made me feel nostalgic for that time in a teenager's life where they go from wanting to be like everyone else to wanting to be different. I have not read The Fault in Our Stars. I know that's like a very prominent John Green book. I have it. I had it in my classroom, but I've never read it, so. Number 16, offering incentives to get kids to read is a fantastic idea that should be brought back. Yes! I loved like the Pizza Hut reading challenges, and then you got like your own personal pan pizza. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I would 1000% bring this back to school. I think we have a hard time because we're always under all of these deadlines and different things that we have to cover. But I think That would be amazing. Oh, and they even have the literacy project for Pizza Hut on this picture. That's so cool. Number 17, utopian fiction is more interesting than dystopian fiction. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the difference is. Does that make me a terrible reader? It probably does. I would have to look up the difference. I don't have an opinion on that one. Clearly, if I would have previewed some of these ahead of time, I might have had a better opinion, but whatever. Number 18, I have seen a lot of people say they only read books once, and in their words, why would they reread a book when they could just read a new one? I have not reread a book in a long time, but I do enjoy rereading a book. I have several on my list that I would love to reread, and I think I just need to like bite the bullet and do it, rather than make the excuse that I have all of these books back on my shelves that I need to read. But I do. So, and this person says, you know, rereading books is crucial to a deeper understanding of the book, and yeah, I would agree with that. So, number 19, Calvin and Hobbes is better written than 90% of the books I've read. I mean, I don't think I agree with that one. I've seen like the comic Calvin and Hobbes, but I wouldn't say it's better than 90% of the books I've read. But number 20, the world of I'm a book reading person who reads book merchandise, memes, etc. is cringe as you know what. Well, considering I have bookish t-shirts, bookish notebooks, the bag I carry to and from school says I close my book to be here, and I get compliments on it all the time. So definitely agree with that, or disagree with that one, I should say. Let's see, this one, 21. Overall, Agatha Christie is a better author than Arthur Conan Doyle, but Sherlock Holmes is better than Poirot. I haven't read any of those. I've read Agatha Christie-esque books, but I'm not much of a classics reader. I had to read some classics when I was in college because my minor in college was English, but not doing so hot on this list. 22, just because you have criticisms about the book doesn't mean you don't like it or think the whole thing is horrible. I would agree. There have probably been books in the past where I didn't like the whole thing, but I could point out places that it was good. I mean, there's been some that I've hated. Credence. Ugh. But, okay. So, I think a lot of these I'm going to be like so on. Number 23. Hardcover books are just not as good as paperback. Well, I have a great mix of both behind me. And actually, I think I prefer a hardcover. Unless you have a really good floppy paperback. Like, I'm trying to see if I have a really good example of one. All of these paperbacks. I don't know, like even, I feel like Carly Fortune's paperbacks, like this is like a pretty decent floppy paperback. Unpopular opinion, I hate mass market paperbacks. So I'll take any of these over mass market paperbacks any day. Number 24, reading while walking is one of the great pleasures in life and is the superior way to read. Well, I can't physically read a book and walk at the same time. I can listen to a book and walk at the same time. I like listening to books walking outside. I cannot listen to a book while I'm at the gym. That just doesn't work for me. But I wouldn't necessarily agree that it's superior. So, 25, I like all of the whaling details in Moby Dick. I've never read Moby Dick, so. And that is that list. So I don't necessarily think those were all like terribly crazy unpopular opinions, but I don't know. Let me know. If you have some unpopular bookish opinions, please put them in the comments below. I would love to have a discussion on what you think. Whether you agree or disagree with a popular opinion. Let me know even what some of your answers to some of these would be. Like I said, I will link the article below. As always, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.